What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, I want to speak on Dewanna Bonner, right? And how I believe that Dewanna Bonner not only cheated herself out of some money, but I think she cheated herself across the board. Now, as you all already know, that Dewanna Bonner left the Fever, and people speculating as to why she left the Fever. Some people saying, that some promises were made to her, and that she didn't really feel like, like the team or the coach honored the promises that was made to her. Then you have other people who said that she was upset because she lost her position to another player. Like her minutes were cut because of another player. That could be true. Then you had one lady who came out and said that Dewanna Bonner was shocked and she was surprised at the amount of attention that the team was getting, like the fanfare, and she couldn't handle that pressure. Now that's what I want to speak about, because, well, that's one of the things I want to speak about. But I think that if that's true, that she wasn't used to like the attention and the crowd and stuff like that, and I don't know what, like, that's not a, that what does that say for her as an athlete and as a competitor. you know you want to be, as an athlete and a competitor, you want to be on a bigger stage. And if that's the reason why she left, I think not only did she cheat herself, because they said that she lost money because she walked away from the team, and then they just won this commissioner's cup. So she lost at least $30,000 in that deal, right? But more than the money, I think she lost the opportunity as a competitor to test her, to test her resolve, and want to be able to rise to that challenge and be able to play on as big a stage as you can. I hope that that was not the reason why she left the team. Is because, like, she felt like, like, wow, this is like traveling being in a rock band. That kind of attention that you get when you playing with the Fever now because of Caitlin Clark. You don't want that kind of, that to me would be the worst, in my opinion. That would be the worst reason to leave the team. Is because she felt like she couldn't hack it. I would almost prefer for her to, lead a team because she was salty because her minutes wasn't right, or promises was made to her, and then, she felt like the team reneged on promises. I can see, you know what I mean? I can't see that, but that would be better than to quit just because, there's a lot of pressure, and to me, if that's the case, that makes not only her look bad, but it just makes, like, women basketball players in general look bad, like with what's going on in the league, because it just makes it seem like, people want, the women basketball players, they want to win, but they want to win their way. Or they want the league to be successful, but they want the league to be successful their way. Um, they want to have a face of the league, but they want the face of the league to be somebody that they think it should be, or somebody that um, who they approve of. And that's just not how things work. Like, you don't get to choose, like, what trials and tribulations you face in life. You don't get to choose, like, the way you win. Sometimes you win a close game, sometimes you win blowouts. You just don't get to choose like that. And so, so much of what I see now in the WNBA, like, as far as, even when I think about, like, Caitlin Clark, like, some people say that, well, Caitlin Clark, she can't be the face of the league because she's a white player, right? But if she's the player if she's the player who's the best player in the league, and she's the player who's bringing the league up, you can't, as an athlete, say, "Well, no, I can't." She can't be the face of the league because she's a white player. You know, and that's the same thing with Dewanna Bonner. Like you don't get to choose. You like what challenges or the way you win. You gotta make do, or you gotta accept what comes your way. So I'm hoping that what the lady said. I forgot the lady name. I think it was Christine Brennan. That said that Dewanna Bonner, the pressure was just too much. Like I said, I would prefer her to step away from the team because she felt like they reneged on some promises, or she was losing a lot of her minutes to another player. But to step away from the team because, like the pressure or the attention that the team is getting, it's just hard to believe. Even at her age, at 38 years old. And I think that I'm pretty sure that Dewanna Bonner has won a championship in the WNBA. So, um, winning a championship in the WNBA, I think, you know, would seem like that would kind of like get her ready for these type of situations, like, prepare her for the attention that you're going to get at this level. So I'm hoping that that's, like I said, I'm hoping that that's not the situation where as though she feel like, okay, well, that's just too much pressure for me. It's just too much attention. To me, 38 years old, it seemed like she would have, like I said, more life experience, and it's like she been around more to know that, these are kind of challenges that she want. These are the kind of challenges that professional athletes want. So yeah, I'm hoping that that's not the deal. That will really that's a bad look for not only Dewanna Bonner, but for the league in general. Like I said, with what's going on now, and just so many people just you know, it's just crazy. But that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next episode. Peace.